Today I'm going to be presenting a very interesting project using Tinkercad. So everywhere we go, we realize that there's traffic lights, and I was thinking how these traffic lights work, so I tried to simulate one using Tinkercad. And I'm going to start sharing my screen. Okay, so the first thing we need in order to simulate a traffic light is the microcontroller board Arduino Uno, because this microcontroller board contains the microcontroller that we are going to store the program in. And once this program is stored in the microcontroller, then the circuit can work accordingly. So we need a microcontroller board, Arduino Uno. And since it's a traffic light, so the colors are green, yellow, and red. And we also need one LED that gives a signal when we have the permission to go to the left side. So these are the LEDs, and to change the color, you can just choose the color from here. I chose green, and for this one I chose yellow, and for this one I chose red. I kept the left signal green because when people want to go to the left side, they should have the permission, which is the green light. And the LEDs without the resistor, they will burn. So each LED needs a resistor. So since we have 4 LEDs, we need 4 resistors as well. And each LED is going to be connected to the digital pin because it's either 0 or 1. It's either on or off. So as we can see here, this LED is connected to digital pin 7, and the one underneath it is connected to this one. I'm just trying to click it. This one is connected to digital pin 6, and then 5, and then 4. And of course, the circuit should be connected to ground and to 5 volt as well, so that the entire circuit can function. Now let's look at the code. So the pins, the yellow pin, red pin, and green pin. If the yellow pin is connected to pin 5, so I'll just put yellow pin equal 5, red pin same thing, left pin. And one more thing I want to talk about is that this circuit needs a button to be pushed for it to function. So I'm going to simulate it just to show you how it works. So now I'm going to click on the button, and now you can wait 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 seconds, 1, 2, 2 seconds, and then this at sign 1, 2, 2 seconds. I'm going to stop the simulation. So that's why I needed the button pin, and I also defined a button state. Now the button state can change, so I just defined as an integer. However, the pins, the red pin is always going to be 4, left pin is always going to be 7, the button pin is always going to be 8, the green pin, the yellow pin always going to be 5. So I defined these as constants. And actually, I can define the green pin as constant as well, because it's not going to change throughout the program. And in the setup, I just put that all these LEDs technically are all going to be output 1, 2, 3, 4, because the only thing they will do is that they will turn on, right? So they are outputs. However, this button, so when I simulate it and then I click on this button is receiving an input, because if we don't click this button, this won't work. So I initialize the button pin, which is connected to pin number 8. I initialized it to input. Now in the loop, we just have to see if this button is clicked, then we are going to execute the code. So to do that, we use digital read, and we're going to read the signal that's being received at the button pin, which is port number 8. And if this button equal to high, if it's clicked, that's how we say it. That's how we write it down in C++. If it's high, we're going to execute the function. Now, what's execute? Execute is a function I created just to show us like the order of the lights that are going to be there. So first of all, we're going to turn the green pin to high, let it on for 2 seconds. Then I'm going to turn down. And then once the green light is down, I'm going to turn on the yellow one, 2 seconds, then turn it down, then do the same thing for a red pin, and then finally the left pin. So if this button, you see the if condition here, only if this button is clicked, then this function will be executed. And this function is all over here. I thought doing a function would be easier because I can call this function as many times as I want in the code. But for now, this for this simulation, this should be enough to call it in this if condition only. I hope that was clear, and thank you so much for your time.